Hello, my name is Hannah Lucas. I will be teaching a lesson segment from my lesson plan titled Making Sense of Sense for Elementary Mathematics Methods and Interventions. I'm going to start off by explaining the lesson and some of the differentiation tactics, and then I will go into teaching the actual lesson segment. So the lesson title is Making Sense of Sense. The grade and subject is second grade mathematics. The classroom is a general education classroom with a mix of students ranging from average, gifted and talented English language learners, and students with other exceptionalities. The differentiation that we will be using for this lesson, we will be focusing mainly on, for the gifted and talented students, they will be assigned additional word problems with addition and subtraction features, along with being grouped together during the small group section of the lesson. Students with exceptionalities will have access to additional visual aids, manipulatives, and graphic organizers that review the value of change and money. Additional time to complete assessments will also be available depending on their proficiency. The same thing for English language learners. Auditory visual aids such as apps and educational videos and graphic organizers will be made available. Additional time to complete assessments depending on level of proficiency will be available for them as well. And then moving on to our standard, find the value of a collection of pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters and dollars. This is 2M6 with Indiana State Standards. You'll find the source located in one of the documents on this tab as well. Now we're going to just get straight into our lesson. I will be addressing the class. I don't have any actual students in my classroom, but keep in mind that I will be addressing the class. All right, guys, we're going to start our new lesson. Who is excited to start our new lesson? So we're going to be going over different aspects of money and coins and change. Let's start by talking about some of our money features. Does anyone know what money looks like? If you know, you can raise your hand. All right. So I'm going to pass around some different sets of money and coins. I'll give you guys some time. I'm going to pass these out to everybody. So everybody should have a set with a penny, a nickel, a dime, a quarter, and a dollar coin. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different coins in each set. So once everybody has those coins, we're going to start talking about what each one means and what each one is actually worth. All right. Does everybody have their coins? Okay, perfect. So we're going to start. Everybody make sure you have your graphic organizers that I passed out at the beginning of class in front of you, along with your sets of coins. All right, perfect. Pens and pencils ready. We're going to start and we're going to review our vocabulary before we get into actually learning our lesson, okay? All right, so a penny. Everybody pull out the brown coin. It should be the only coin in your set that looks brown. All right, that is going to be your penny. A penny is a coin worth 1 cent. All right. Give you guys some time to fill that in. And then we're going to move on to our nickel. A nickel is a coin worth 5 cents. All right. And then a dime is a coin worth 10 cents. Okay, perfect. A quarter is a coin worth 25 cents. All right. So 1 penny is worth 25 quarters. All right. A dollar is money equal to 100 cents. Can be a coin or a bill. We're going to be mostly focused on coins today, okay? All right. Cent, a unit of money equal to 1 1/100th of a dollar. You can put a 1 and then you make a slash and then put under that 100. 1/100th of a dollar. Coin, a small flat piece of metal used as money. The amount, value, the amount something is worth. Okay. Equal, having the same value or amount. We see lots of equal signs when we do our math homework, right, guys? We know what equal means. Amount, the total number or value of something. All right. All right. So let's go through, let's review what our money is. We all know what our money is now. If anyone has any questions, please raise your hand and one of the teaching assistants will come around and help you out. We're going to keep going though. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at all of our different coins. Everybody pull out their pennies again. How much is a penny worth? And if you have your whiteboard, make sure you pull out your whiteboard and write your answer on the whiteboard. All right, we'll give that some time. Everybody show your whiteboards when you're ready. All right, very good. A penny is worth 1 cent. All right, here is the nickel. Can everybody find their nickel with their money sets? How much is a nickel worth? Write those answers on your whiteboard and show them when you're ready. All right, very good. A nickel is worth 5 cents. All right, we're going to move on. How much is a dime worth? All right, find your dime coins and then write your answer on your whiteboard. All right, very good. A dime is worth 10 cents. All right. Finally, we're going to look at our quarter. Can everybody find their quarter? All right. How much is the quarter worth? Raise your hand when you're ready. Show your whiteboards when you're ready. All right. Now we're going to go back. We're going to refresh some of our skills that we learned earlier this month. We're going to talk about addition and subtraction. So keep your whiteboards out and keep your money sets out because we're going to practice using those again as well. All right. So we're going to start off with this question. What is the answer to this question? What is 15 plus 25? What does that equal? And so I'm going to challenge you guys, instead of giving me just the answer, I want you to also tell me how many coins it would take to come up with those values. So for 15, what coins can we use to make 15? And put that on your whiteboard. I want you to draw the little coins and put that on your whiteboard, and then do the same thing for 25. And then when you get your answer, we're going to do the same exact thing. And so I'm going to give you guys some time to work on 15 plus 25, and you're going to show me what kind of coins you can use to make either 15, 25, or the answer to the problem. And I'll give you guys some time to work on that. All right. All right. Does everybody have their answers? Go ahead and show those up to the class on your whiteboards. All right. We're going to move on to our next problem. We've got 5 plus 30. So I want you guys to do the same thing as last time. I want you to put your coin values on your whiteboard. And then I want you to go from there. I want you to find the answer. All right. All right. So after working on 15 plus 25, we're going to move on to 5 plus 30. And we're going to do the same exact thing that we did before on our last problem. And you're just going to find the coin values for each 5 and 30. And then also the answer. And you're going to show your work on your whiteboard. So I want you to draw out the little coins that represent each one, and you're going to show that to me on your whiteboard. All right, I'll give you guys some time to work on that. All right, so now we're going to move on to some subtraction problems. We are, of course, going to be doing the same thing. So this next problem is 25 minus 10. So you're going to show me 25 in coins, 10 in coins, and then our answer in coins as well. So I'm going to give you guys some time to work on that. All right, perfect. Moving on to our last review problem. We are going to be working on 15 minus 5, and we're going to be doing the exact same thing. So I'll give you guys some time to write out your answers, showing your work, putting the coin values on your whiteboards. All right, perfect. So now we're going to split up into some small groups. So I'm going to split you guys up into some small groups. So give me some time to work on that. All right, now that you guys are in your small groups, I'm going to have some of you guys working on some flashcards. You guys are going to be reviewing what the value of each coin is. I know we've already been practicing that, but we're going to be working on some flashcards. So some of the groups are going to be working on that. And then another set of groups is going to be working on some addition and subtraction. And you guys are going to bring along your coin sets, of course, for all of this, so that you can practice coming up with the values for each of your addition and subtraction problems. And then for our last group, I'm going to have some real life scenario problems. So I'm going to give you an amount to spend in your problem, and you're going to have to tell me what you can buy with the money that I quote unquote give you. So I'm not really going to give you any real money, but you're going to tell me in your small groups what you can buy with this money. So we're going to be working on some different skills here. And then once you're done with each set of problems in your small group, your group is going to move on to the next activity until everybody has done everything. Okay? So everybody should have a worksheet, your set of coins, and your graphic organizers from the beginning of class. I'm going to give you guys some time to rotate through your groups and practice some of these skills. And I'll be walking around with the teacher assistant. So if anybody needs help, just raise your hand and we'll come up to you. All right? So I'm going to give you guys some time to work in your groups, okay? All right, perfect. So we're going to end our class today with a brief recap. So we talked about coins and how much each coin is worth. We did some addition and subtraction problems. We worked in small groups. And then I've got one last question for you guys. You guys are going to answer this one last question. And then you're going to turn that in to me at the end of class, okay? All right. How many cents is 1 quarter and 1 penny worth? All right. So I'll give you guys some time to work on that, and then you're gonna turn it in to me. All right, perfect. Thank you guys so much. This was my lesson. Have a wonderful day.